Smooth, precise, and oddly satisfying to watch. You'll find it all in today's Wow Tech video, featuring workers operating at absolute perfection. What would you name this clay texture? A supernatural honeycomb or Vecna's vine? Drop your answer in the comments below. By combining decorative techniques or custom paint mixing, you can create wall effects that are truly unique and long-lasting. Pouring molten bronze requires the perfect timing. Too fast or too slow, and the piece is ruined instantly. For a flawless finish, spray evenly, keep your hand steady, and let each coat dry between layers. Distance and hand speed really make all the difference. This job is a real test of focus and patience. Anyone who rushes is likely to run into trouble with the bees. Salt crystals forming on the water surface are usually skimmed off by hand to keep the crystals intact and the brine clear. What makes this jacket different from an ordinary one? It's the thermochromic material that can change color when exposed to heat. Have you ever wondered why the neck of a wine bottle is waxed? It turns out it adds a touch of elegance while also protecting the cork, keeping the wine in perfect condition. Wherever the hand moves down, a complete pattern blooms into view. Each paint line looks perfectly measured, but in reality, it's all thanks to the worker's skilled hands and keen eye. The purpose of edging is to hold the fabric threads firmly in place, helping the apron's neckline keep its shape and resist deformation over time. Sum up how this clip makes you feel in just one word. I'll go first. Perfect. Curious about how strong a stretch ceiling can be? Just watch this worker test its elasticity and you'll see for yourself. Don't let moss, dust, or leaves build up on your roof for too long. Regular cleaning keeps it looking great, extends its lifespan, and prevents leaks and damage. Every pull and snap is clean and decisive, a clear sign these hands have worked the fields for many years. Want crisp, small details without smudging? Start with a thin layer of ink on the roller, then build it up gradually. Why do so many people enjoy watching popcorn ceilings being removed? Maybe it's because both the visuals and the sounds are surprisingly soothing. Those quick, nimble hands reflect a mastery built up through years of dedicated work. The hat feels like it's wearing a brand new look thanks to the maker's creativity, with every accent adding more personality and uniqueness. With skills this refined, a pair of gloves and safety glasses would help him stay both protected and confident while working. To have hands this quick and precise, the baker has surely spent thousands of tireless hours working beside the oven. This coating is the key to extending the life of leather. It makes leather items easier to clean and helps prevent aging caused by exposure to air. Strudel is a traditional Austrian pastry best known for its dough being stretched incredibly thin, almost transparent. This step is also the most challenging part of making the pastry. Skimming the first layer of foam helps the sap stick evenly into the mold, reduces air bubbles, and results in a smoother surface. When applying wallpaper, don't stretch it. It may look good at first, but it'll peel right off once it shrinks. Take your time and line it up carefully. The paper will adhere firmly and last longer. This carver must be a true fan of neatness. Just one look at the pedicillo pattern says it all. Resin-bound surfaces create a porous finish that lets rainwater drain through, reducing slipperiness in outdoor areas. Teeswater sheep wool is known as one of the most valuable wools in the world, which is why shearing it requires top-level skill and expertise. It turns out that to get a rug perfectly flat and square, the craftsman first nails it firmly onto a wooden plank, then removes it by hand like this. The result is so mesmerizing that everyone wonders how he manages to mix the paint so perfectly. Are you curious too? A parking lot with fresh ADA markings is much safer for people with disabilities, and it's even better when those lines are sprayed clean and sharp by skilled hands. High-end technology is only part of the equation. The craftsman's skilled hands are what truly make the difference. Manually handling the melamine decal allows better control of the solution, keeping the pattern sharp and flawless during heat pressing. Don't let moisture damage your home. A precise sealing process like this will help protect the wood for many years to come. Each chisel strike has its own rhythm. The craftsman works like a steady metronome, creating stone patterns that are both uniform and precise. The first coat of shellac acts like a protective layer for the furniture, helping the next layers of color go on smoother and more evenly. Even with many modern techniques available, hammering is still the gold standard among professional skateboard makers. The yarn in this tufting artwork blends with the sound, creating a completely new and immersive artistic experience. Spray-applied PU differs from adhesive materials in that it clings tightly to the surface, leaving no gaps, resulting in better insulation. The smith has to judge the steel's glow at the right moment. Just a few seconds off, and the blade can crack or break. Can you guess how many hours and how many careful steps it takes to complete a finely handcrafted pair of leather shoes? To create a piece like this, the artisan must have an imaginative soul and extraordinary patience. With Kazagi bricks, grout lines are filled just enough to maintain the authentic, traditional look. The contrast between the dark ink and the natural brown tone of craft paper makes the characters sharp and easy to read. Here's a tip for installing vinyl flooring. Apply a thin, even layer of adhesive across the surface. Wait about 2 to 3 hours for it to set. This helps the flooring adhere more securely. His experienced hands move swiftly, separating each banana bunch with satisfying ease. The secret of the Aikawa paper lies in the intertwined mulberry fibers. The artisan gently shakes the mold in water, allowing the fibers to bond naturally, resulting in sheets that are thin yet incredibly strong. With each careful cut of the saw, the head stands straight and neat, looking as if it's dressed in a brand new coat. Each swipe offers a visual relaxation while beautifying the floor and protecting the surface from wear, water, and chemicals. GFI panels must be cut cleanly with proper force to prevent fraying, which makes the edges hard to handle. It's no accident that flounder tastes this good. It all comes down to these cuts, where the perfect balance of crisp texture and sweetness is preserved. Instead of using real stone cladding, the craftsman creates the pattern directly on the surface. This approach reduces weight and helps cut costs. To separate the body of a glass bottle, the craftsman first scores a clean circle around it. The bottle is then dipped into hot water, followed by cold, allowing the cut to crack gradually. Finally, it goes back into hot water and the bottle splits cleanly, ready for the next step. Just watching the rhythm of those hands tells you it's master-level skill. Each strand of noodles comes out perfectly consistent in both texture and thickness. The craftsman lays down an even white base, then adds black accents, protecting the surface while making the cricket bat stand out. Each flower is carefully wrapped before the journey, so the gift arrives in your hands just as fresh as new. If you haven't tried sushi with avocado yet, you're missing out on true love at first bite. One taste and you'll be craving it again and again. It's like playing a puzzle game, except each square is stretched, transforming the painting into an entirely new version. Thanks to dull puri, your walls are no longer just walls. They become a canvas that reflects your own unique sense of art. Each strand of handmade noodles soaked in rich, sweet syrup, a traditional Turkish dessert you absolutely have to try at least once when you're here. Origami is such a beautiful art, and the sound of the folds is just as satisfying. Don't you agree? No clock, no pressure. Just the worker setting his own race against time. Watching Ebru paper being made feels like witnessing color magic. Each flick of the brush across the water creates patterns that, once transferred to paper, become 100% one-of-a-kind artworks with no two ever alike. The combination of modern machinery and the printer's skilled hands results in a truly flawless product. When the arm and wrist stay aligned, applying primer to the wall flows like water. No smudges, no ripples. Looking for a one-of-a-kind gift? A custom 3D embossed ceramic mug is the perfect choice. If you want to experience the flavors of northern China, Xintai pancakes are a must-try. After this printing step, the tiles go through a final firing to lock in the colors, keeping the patterns vivid and long-lasting. Fractal burning creates tree branch or lightning-like patterns on wood using electricity, a truly unique technique, but one that requires extreme caution due to the high voltage involved. Instead of plain, boring walls, acrylic putty lets you tell your own story, adding personality through unique, one-of-a-kind textured patterns. At the ideal temperature, the coating releases smoothly, responding gently to every movement of the hand. No matter how advanced the machinery is, human hands are still the deciding factor when it comes to aligning and installing the bobbins. A thick, diluted mortar layer is applied first to limit water absorption, helping the next coat stick evenly and resist peeling. If you ever get the chance to visit Turkey, don't forget to treat yourself to a piece of fındıklı katmer. Just by watching the leather tooling process, you can see that each saddle carries the unique signature of its maker. Thanks to the drip edge detail, rainwater breaks away from the roof and falls cleanly, reducing the chance of seeping back into the structure. Like taking off an old coat, the workers remove the wall tiles to make way for a fresh new look. How satisfying did you find this video? Leave a comment to share your thoughts with WowTech, and don't forget to subscribe for more perfectly satisfying moments.